It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. And hello. Ooh, cracking. Hello. What's up to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, and my tea baggers. What's your tea? What is your tea, honey? It's another glorious day, my darlings. And you know what time it is, honey. So I hope you have all of your crumpets together because, darling, it's time to dish tea. And you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's up, honey? Before we do anything, I have to give one grand old glorious shout out to my niece and my nephew, Diamond and Keenan, honey. My sisters are identical twins. You've heard me say that all the time, honey. My sisters are identical twins, and they're 2 minutes apart. The older twin, Monique, she has 2 sets of fraternal twins. And her older set, Diamond and Keenan, today they are turning 28 years young. Yes, they're 28 years old. In fact, all of my siblings, they had babies in 1995. So 4 of them would be 28 this year. This happened to be the first set. So Diamond and Keenan are 28 today. In July 18th will be Kevin. And then, who is this? Oh, but damn. We'll call our owner too. Well, I can't take it right now, honey, because I'm and let him know that. Now, I'm on the air, baby. He can come on in and watch the show. That's what he can do. Now, while I'm texting him, let me tell him what's going on. But yeah, so we have Diamond and Keenan today. In July would be Kevin, and in October would be Onicia. And all of them were turning 28. But today, the first 2 that started the next generation of us, honey, Diamond and Keenan, they are 28 years old today. And I want to shout out my aunt, a heavenly birthday shout out, because my aunt, my mother's eldest sister, my Aunt Marianne, she would have been 87 today. Okay. 86 or 87. I'm always told she was 14 years older than my mother. My cousin Terry would say she's 13 years, so she either going to be 86 or 87. She would have been today. So that there is that. So I'm shouting them out today on their lovely old day. So having said all that, and then while we're doing shout outs and carrying on and tributes and this, that, and the other, I know, y'all know the news, and if you haven't heard it by now, shame on you. We've lost a real modern day symbol of what resilience looks like. Okay. And I'm still not recovered from it yet. Okay. When it hit me, I was at work. My son Brandon called me, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he said, "Oh, Tina Turner just died." I said, "Excuse me," and that just came out of nowhere, for me. Um, and I quickly went to Google, and that was the lead. That was the lead story and the lead feed, and everybody everywhere was jumping on it and bada boom, bada bing, and carrying on and all of that. I have just been heartbroken because we're at the age now. Well, for me, I'm 53, and when you think about your life, when you look over your life, there's not a time in my life that Tina Turner wasn't present. You know what I mean? Especially because I'm a fan of hers, and I've followed her music. Now I will say that I didn't have a lot of Tina Turner music because I have certain albums. I didn't have her whole catalog like the diehards do, but now I think I am going to go back and get a lot of stuff that I may have missed. Um, but one of my favorite songs by her was always "Steamy Windows," and I loved what she did with the Who, and when she did the Acid Queen. Okay, now I'm not on drugs, and I've never done drugs and that kind of thing or whatever, but that particular performance was just everything for me. And then of course when Mama Patty, paid tribute to her and did it, that's everything for me. Um, but when the news hit and we are dealing with just such a loss. We have somebody put up on Instagram, and it was Instagram or Twitter, and they have pictures of singers who have gone on, you know. And when I looked at their montage, I said, my God, this is my entire life in musical form, right here. And it's gone. You know, they came, they made their mark, and they left, you know. And so it gets, mortality always becomes the question. It always becomes an integral part of discussion, whether you want to talk about it out loud or if you're thinking about it and you get into that little way. Or even if you're one of those people who say, you think about it for half a second and push it out of your mind. And, because you're trying to move and go and to build your legacy, your dynasty, your empire, your this, your that. When we think about Tina Turner, especially because it just feels as though she was one of the ones that would never leave. We have this thing in our head like these folks are never going to die. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about life is that nobody gets out alive. Okay. That's the one constant about life. No one is getting out of this thing alive. Okay. And that sounds so final. So let me say it another way. And I'm going to say it this way, that once we are done with this experience, then our spirit moves on for the next one. Okay. If y'all remember watching the Star Trek, okay, particularly Deep Space Nine, my favorite character was Dax. And the reason why I love Dax so much is because Dax was the symbiont. Dax was the essence, the spirit, the core of life. Okay. And so what was happening was while the current host was going through, the new host was being prepared for the time when it came time to host. And so when the former host had to move, was leaving on, and it was time for Dax, the symbiont, to move on. You know, the symbiont ain't dead. You know, it just moves to another host. And so that's how I've always seen life. I've always seen life in that particular instance. You know, this side is going on, but whatever that next experience is, whatever the next thing that we as the symbiont or our spirit, our soul, whatever that is that we move to, then that there is how I see it. And one of the things that I loved about Star Trek or Deep Space Nine is that the symbiont was able to keep the memories of the former host. Okay, and so it was ever evolving, and so as it evolved, it was bringing in new experiences with the host. Because remember, Dax, oh god, Jadzia Dax, that was her, because the former was Curzon Dax, so now it's Jadzia Dax, and she said, oh my god, I haven't been female in quite some time, you know. And so I marvel at that. I know I'm rambling just a little bit, but I'm just trying to put this into perspective as when we're talking about moving on, you know. And Tina Turner, you know, and what I disliked about a lot of the press, especially when everybody got an opportunity to interview her, they love going back to the days of Ike, you know, and want to have her relive all them ugly, dreary, oh, he beat me and blah, blah, blah. And I got so tired. I got so tired of people wanting to always go there. I've always said if I had my, if I had an opportunity, because I really wanted to interview so badly, I was going to start with the days of Independence Day that she talks about so heavily, when she gained her independence and left Ike, and the day she met Anne Margaret, and how she and Anne Margaret's friendship blossomed, and how she saw Anne Margaret as someone to aspire to be like, you know, because Anne Margaret was, you know, she was that rocker girl and things of that nature. But a lot of folks didn't take Anne Margaret seriously because, you know, she was the pretty girl, she was the redhead and carrying on and all of that. But I dare you, go Google, go on YouTube rather, and look at Tina Turner and Anne Margaret singing together and stuff. You know, if you look at it, it was almost as if Anne Margaret marveled Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? Because they had that same Spitfire energy, that same rebel, you know, and then you have to remember the times too, because that was still at the time when women were still seen to be, you know, very dainty and very this, that, and the other. And they wasn't, women were not supposed to be as electric as that, you know, and as vibrant and all of that. And so when they came out on stage, that's what that's what they were. And I've always wanted to say, if I've had my moment with Tina Turner, that's where I will start. I will start there, and get her to talk about, you know, when she was rebuilding, you know, to keep the story. But we don't have to go to, you know, living that and carrying on. What I found to be absolutely genius for her, it was a Color Purple documentary or something I was watching, and a lot of people wanted her for the role. Was it Suge Avery? I think they wanted her to play Suge. Okay. And what she said was she turned it down. She said, honey, I lived Celie's life, honey, and I don't need to go through that to be in a movie to relive it all over again. You know? And so she declined that, you know, and et cetera, et cetera. So when we think Tina Turner, you know, and I want y'all to hear me well, I go back to the tribute that Karen White, Shantae Moore, and my little big sister Stephanie Mills did for her at the 1993 Essence Awards. And that was cute. It was really cute. Well, okay. Y'all know Stephanie is my baby, honey. So Stephanie come up there doing Let's Stay Together. But what struck me is that when Tina was accepting the award, she said, when I came out of that ugly life, she said, my mind was clear. No drugs, no alcohol. And I live for that. Y'all listen, I hold on to that with everything and every fiber of my being, because she became entertainment's spokesperson for domestic violence. It should have been Aretha. Here's what I say. It should have been Aretha. However, that was not, they didn't push that dialogue, or that narrative rather. And Aretha didn't talk about that. And still don't. And even if y'all watched both the Jennifer Hudson movie and the Cynthia Erivo's uh made for TV movie, if y'all watch that, they still didn't talk about a lot of it there. Okay, but in the Cynthia Erivo's, we got a more of a sense of it. But in the movie version, we didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? And Tina Turner became that, and she became that source of strength for women. She became the unspoken hero and the role model and carrying on. Listen, when she did We Don't Need Another Hero with Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, that became an empowerment song. You know what I'm saying? Because you're coming out of that. And here it said that's what the line. Out of the ruins, out from the wreckage. That's the first two lines of the song. Okay. The whole Phoenix Rising kind of thing. And then of course, when she got back to singing R&B, I don't want to fight. I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I done got that just hit me in a special way. I'm thinking about my parents, and I remember my mother's actually saying that, I'm tired of fighting. I'm sick of it, because it's not getting us anywhere. It's not getting us anywhere. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And she left. And for all the women who found the strength to leave, those who haven't found the strength there, that's not a bad thing for you. You just got to find your way. And it's not as easy as everybody wanted to be. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Look, y'all seen the movie. It took Tina forever before she was able to leave, before she was able to have the strength to say, hey, I got to go, because she had a baby. She had two babies. Okay. She had, one prior to Ike. She had one with Ike, and she adopted Ike's two boys. Lorraine's kids. Okay. So she became that. And then I also encourage you, now this may be a little that way for you, because if you're not Buddhist or anything like that and don't understand chanting, you may not get it, or you may think differently of it. But I challenge you to go up, because Tina had started with giving some of the chants of empowerment and betterment and carrying on. And you get to hear her do the whole Namyo Renge Kyo. You get to hear it in her voice and in her words, and the music and everything. It is so peaceful. And I enjoy it, actually. You know what? And when I'm in my meditation, I don't chant like that, because I'm not Buddhist and I'm trying to really understand it. But when I meditate and it's like listening to the drums. Like I listen to a lot of David and Steve Gordon music and stuff, earth sounds, and the mother, the earth drums and all that kind of stuff when I'm in prayer and meditation. And Tina goes, she does the whole the chanting and things of that nature, and you get to really go on a spiritual journey with her. And there's a couple of them in there where she explains, you know, a few things, and she teaches a couple of lessons and things of that nature. So I encourage you to embody Tina in a different way. You know, we know her for the music, we know her for her fashions, we know her for the hair, you know, we know her for being resilient. Um, um, but I encourage you to go and take a listen today. All you gotta do is type in Tina Turner chanting, and it should come up. There's several different things that she has. Okay, this one hurt, y'all. This hurts. This hurts. This hurts. Ooh, this hurts. I told y'all last week, honey, when we lost Jim Brown, I was like, oh my God, this hurt. You know, Jim Brown, that's another one, you know, where, oh, all my life. You know, and I told y'all in that show, he was one of the men who represented what a man was supposed to be, how he took care of his woman, and this, that, and the other. And even though that was in the movies, that gave us a model, you understand, that we were aspiring to be. The look, the style, the grace, the stature, the debonaireness of it all. I encourage you. So Tina Turner was crowned the queen of rock and roll, honey. Okay. We had 3. Well, now we have 4 because we're 5. Let me do that with 5 because we got, of course, we got the Queen of Soul. That's Aretha. We have the Godmother of Soul. That's Patty. But before Patty was the Godmother of Soul, Patty was the Queen of Rock and Soul. Tina was the queen of rock and roll, okay? And then now we have the Empress of Soul. Y'all know that's Gladys Knight. I affectionately call Stephanie Mills the Duchess of Soul. And then we got the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. That's Mary J. Blige. And then we got the Queen of Hip Hop. That's Queen Latifah. Although they're trying to give it to MC Lyte, but they're riding with Queen, and Queen trying to throw it on MC Lyte. And all of that, they want to give Godmother of Hip Hop to Roxanne. The real Roxanne, they want to give that to her, although it should go to Angie Stone, because Angie Stone was the very first female rapper, her and her group, The Sequence. That's a whole nother show. Okay, but we want to honor Tina Turner, and everybody's going Simply the Best. Everybody's going What's Love Got to Do with It and Care No. But I encourage you to go into her catalog. You know, find some other songs. Get into the essence of Tina. Understand why she liked rock and roll music. She said in the many interviews that it was fun. It wasn't about being depressed. You know, and well, Angela Bassett said it in the movies, you know, oh my God, my man done me wrong, and oh my God, and oh my this. She wanted, you know, she wanted the energy. She wanted to be able to get out there and live and to tell bigger stories and better stories and, you know, vibrant, take charge stories. And rock and roll did that for her. And I remember an interview when she said, you know, it's white. You know, it's very white. She said, but white folks never or don't have the same experiences that we as Black folks did. And so to feel that energy out there, honey, I don't have to worry about, you know, the man that did me wrong, honey. Shit, I'm out here singing hot legs and bitch back, honey. The bitch is back, you know, and that kind of thing. So I live for that. I live for that. And let me just say this here in close about Tina Turner, because y'all know I'm on this kick. I've always been on it, but since meeting my sister friend, Miss April Mason. April is a female strategist, lifestyle coach, okay? And what she tries to instill in women is that the divine feminine energy, honey, is your superpower. You know, it's not to say that you can't do this and do this and do this. It's learning how to lead in your femininity so that men can see you as someone that they want to help and assist. Because she always says, honey, if you coming in, oh, I got this, I got this, I got this, then a man doesn't feel as though he's needed. So then when he starts treating you like one of the fellas, well, you have yourself to thank for that, right? And she teaches that. And one of the things about Tina Turner, when you listen to her speak, when you listen to her, just in her countenance, how she carried herself, how, and she says all the time, honey, the persona on the stage is one thing. She said, but I promise you, honey, I'm not this off stage. She's she's so fishy, I can't stand it. And when I got into it, I told Miss April, I said, Miss April, honey, you got to look at Miss Tina Turner, because we're going through this thing where she's trying to find, women and stuff to talk about with real divine feminine energy. We know Diane Carroll, and we know Shirley Ralph, and Ruby D. That grace and that class, honey, that surpasses and is very unsurmountable. And I told her, Tina Turner is one of those women who, she gives you that. And I remember the last interview she did with Oprah, and they were at the restaurant and carrying on, and she had a little fan in her purse, and she pulled it out real delicately. She ain't trying to snap it and flip it like we trying to do for drama. She pulled it out real delicately, she's fanning herself. And she said, oh, it's a lot nicer. Oprah said, oh, she said, you carry them. She said, yeah. She said, yeah, I do get a little warm from time to time. She said, and it's a bit nicer because we don't have, everybody trying to get the program. They got this big old thing trying to fan. She said, no, it's just small, and it's nicer. Oh, no. That's so fishy. I can't stand it, honey. I can't stand it, but I love all that shit. So, all hail to the queen of rock and roll, honey, Miss Tina Turner. She will forever live in our hearts. The music is timeless. And this music, honey, has made a stamp on everyone's heart and in everyone's mind. And I know from this point on, we're going to see so many Proud Mary renditions, all my drag queen sisters, honey. Everybody's about to come out of the woodworks with everything. And we're going to celebrate her, and just continue for her legacy to shine. Her last years, they say, it gets greater later, but she was experiencing a lot of health challenges. And I know she has some challenge with her, her one son committed suicide, and then she had lost her second son, I believe, too. And I know, as a parent, y'all know I lost my son 2 years ago. And almost 2 years ago, come July. Heartbreaking, and I kind of, in my spirit, I just feel that when she was going through that was also play a part in the deterioration of her health. We did not know that she had had hip replacement. I mean, Tina was dealing with a whole bunch of things over there, and being away from the States, she lived in Switzerland. She and her husband, they have a home in Switzerland and carried on. And she wanted, and she retired the right way. She went to a place where she was celebrated. She was able to live a regular life, cooking and do for her husband and carrying on, and yeah. Mm. Yes, Tina Turner. And yeah, I saw you up in here, the comments, because that's what also hit me, is that, Michael, when you said of all days, honey, that she would pass on Patti LaBelle's birthday. And I know Mama Patti lost her mind, because Mama Patti, honey, is a Tina Turner fan. Okay. She said, I'm not Tina Turner, honey, but I am Patti LaBelle. Okay. And she was really a Tina Turner fan. So I know that was very, very difficult. And I Whew, Lord. Okay. Yes, honey. Yes, 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 yes. But staying here with the Tina Turner tribute and carrying on, I'm a little upset because I'm gonna read this. What I do with this? Read this. And I'm a cry bullshit from the jump. Okay, this is coming from the New York Post, and this was dated for, it says 2 days ago. It says Tina Turner fans shame Beyonce and Jay-Z for referencing Ike's abuse in Drunk in Love. Oh, right. Y'all heard I said Drunk in Love. Tina Turner fans are calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z for their reference to the late Queen of Rock and Roll and her ex-husband's abusive relationship in their 2013 hit Drunk in Love. Okay. Now I'm gonna jump down a little bit because they want to go through all of this, trying to tell a story. But it says the news of her death, the resurfaced lyrics of Beyonce 41 and Jay-Z on Drunk in Love, perhaps the couple's most iconic track together. Quote, beat the box up like Mike in 97, I bite, says Jay-Z 53 raps. I'm Ike Turner. Turn up, baby. No, I don't play. Now eat the cake, anime. Said eat the cake, anime. Okay. So I'm gonna jump down. Okay. When Drunk in Love debuted in 2013, the verse rubbed many people the wrong way, many of whom criticized the Carters for trying to profit off Tina's abusive relationship, quote unquote. 10 years later, Tina Turner lovers are still disgruntled by the lyrics, especially after Beyonce posted a tribute video of her inspiration, Tina Turner, on Instagram and Twitter. My beloved queen, I love you endlessly, the Cuffet singer wrote. I'm so grateful for your inspiration and all the ways you have paved the way. You are strong and resilient. You are the epitome of power and passion, end quote. Okay. Even with her loving since reunited their disdain about referencing Turner's toxic relationship. I keep thinking about how disrespectful it was for Jay-Z and Beyonce to have Drunk in Love lyrics making fun of Tina Turner's abuse from Ike, tweeted one person. Knowing that Tina Turner was Beyonce's blueprint and one of her biggest influences make the Eat the Cake anime line in Drunk in Love even more jarring, said another. Jay-Z will forever be nasty for ruining Drunk in Love with that Tina line. Why they kept it, I don't know, wrote another disappointed fan. Okay. Now I skipped through, they're going through background about Tina this and what she, all that, with, just some stuff. So I do want to get down to what the fans were saying, right? So here we go. Why am I upset about this? Well, I'm upset about it because what are we mad about, y'all? Okay. Number one, the song is 10 years old. Number one. Now, y'all say y'all were disgruntled then, but this is the first time I'm hearing about, the very first time I've ever heard about anybody being upset about that line in the song. Okay? Now, Eat the Cake anime is from the fucking movie. It ain't from Tina's life per se, unless it's in the book. I have not read the book. So if y'all read the book, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I haven't read the book. But the line is iconic. The line itself is what helped make the fucking movie. Everybody quotes that damn line, Eat the Cake anime. Okay? Right? Everybody. So if you why, people? See, this is how we blow things out of proportion. This is how we get into this whole funk with our societal cultures. Okay, just the and the climate of the culture. Okay, because we have the damn computer, everybody want to be quick to jump, and once it's out there, it is out there. You don't have time to backtrack it because you're in your feelings. See, a lot of these little keyboard courageous people end up typing something real quick, okay? And they type it real quick and don't know what the hell is going on. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me drink some water or something because my hands feel kind of tight. And I know it's because I'm hot. Okay. We have allowed ourselves to become our own worst enemy. We have allowed ourselves to take something that was supposed to have been used for the good, and we have allowed ourselves to adulterate the internet, to adulterate information. We have allowed ourselves to become slanderous and libelous within the stroke of a few keys. And all it takes is 160 characters before we in order to, and 160 when you do a text message on your phone. Okay. For those of you who claim that you're so upset, oh, that's so disrespectful, shut the fuck up. I said it. Because what was disrespectful? Huh? What's disrespectful? Because, trust me, when Tina gave the green light, when they bought the rights to the book to turn it into a movie, she knew what that meant. She's been in this business for too long. She knew what that meant. And at that particular point, for her to have penned the book, number one, that means that the resilience that we were talking about earlier, honey, has shined through because she was over it. It was still probably therapeutic, but she was strong enough to say, you know what, I can face anything. I can face, I haven't gone to, baby, I've been to hell and back. You talking about somebody conquering hell? Huh? You talking about somebody conquering hell and coming up with the keys and say, baby, I've done this? That is what Tina Turner has been the poster child for. Okay. I won't do them changes about this shit. Fuck it. No, fuck it. Okay. Because y'all playing. That's what you're doing. You're playing and you want to have somebody talking about you like we are here. You want to be relevant. Okay. Oh, that's so disrespectful. To talk about her abuse, that you just trying to make money off of her abuse. Well, apparently you trying to get your little 15 minutes of fame talking about it. You want to point out about it. You want to make sure that ... You want somebody to like your comment, ... So aren't you doing the same exact thing, Sugar Plum? Although you're going to say you're protecting Tina because you're a fan. And you want to sit down there and say, oh, shame on them. But you're doing the exact same thing because you're regurgitating the story. You're shining light on it. And we all do it. We all are, we're human, honey. We are human. We have the best intentions. But a lot of times, the motivation behind it is not 100. And that's what you have to be honest with. You got to be honest with yourself about your motivation behind what it is that you do. And say, and stand. Go ahead on, Tina. Because them legs, honey, I can see her now, honey, just coming in, walking into heaven, honey. Down, what they say, the streets of gold, honey, doing her little walk. And, honey, coming down the stairs, flight of steps. You know, can't nobody do no steps like Tina Turner, honey. Can't nobody do a set of steps like Tina Turner, honey. That girl knew she could charge a staircase, honey. Okay? Yes, she could. Let me go to the comments, and that way I can get you guys in because I got something cute coming up in a minute. Hey, Big Meech, I found my dream instrument, honey. Oh, you got it. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, you be getting it after Wait, I think I should have read this one first, Groove. She said, I'll be getting it after I save my money. This thing is a small music studio, but I can hold your hand with drums, space violins, and everything on it except the saxophone. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Emmanuel, what's going on? What's going on? That's Michael. Okay. Oh, the Perry, honey. Justia and Ezra Dex. Okay, thank you. I heard someone say it was for Oprah's character. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Oh, Sophia. Okay. I think you might be right. That Tina was she might have been off of Sophia's role. I think it could have been. Okay. Barbara G, honey, with the T. What's going on? Where you been, girl? I've been texting you and carrying on, and I've been sending you emails and Facebook posts and things, and you've been quiet, honey, but it's good to see you up in here. Okay. So glad that you're honoring Miss Tina tonight. Tomorrow I plan on doing so as well. Okay, over there on the Nighthawk Network. The more I have learned about her these last few days, the more I see there are many parts of her life I could definitely relate to. That's all of us. See, we're all multifaceted people. And because I project one persona of myself to you, most of us, those who are in our inner circle, our core people who we allow into the very, very core of us, those are the ones who knows the ins and out of us. And yes, as humans, we still grow and we evolve and we still change. Yes, they're the ones who know our characters best because they've seen us at our worst. Those are the people who we trust. Even though we get disappointed in them and carrying on, they let us down from time to time because we're all human, But we're multifaceted people, especially as we evolve and we learn something new about ourselves. See, that's what it is. When you discover you and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this because of such and such and such. Oh, I found out that I really do like this. Or, no, that's not me anymore. Or when we outgrow something and we put something down. Let's look at Tina Turner. There's an older interview back, I think 96 or something, and like one of the first documentaries about her and things, and she was talking about when I look at some of the old footage, she said, I've changed that, and I've changed that, because it gave her the confidence to say, yes, I've evolved. Let's look at Proud Mary. Proud Mary, honey, I like, there's a concert where she opens up and they do the little swing, and she starts off with the sometimes but then what happens is she does a musical break and they do this little dance move and then she get back into the I love that opening for Proud Mary because I'm like, okay, she is going to let us have it. And she know you want it. She know you're anticipating it. But it was new and it was fresh and it was, fantastic. And it gave us that, And even, she could keep it up at that higher pace. She had to slow it down a little bit, but she still gave you the song and she still gave you the dance moves and things of that nature, because she still and all of her dancers did not catch it. She still stayed on the stage with dancers in their 20s and their 30s, and she's in her 40s. Hell, Tina's career that we know as Tina Turner didn't begin until she was 44. That's what love got to do with it. She was 44. So now you talking about these concerts where she's sitting up here in her 60s, dancing with these little 20-year-olds, honey, and she teaching them the choreography. Yeah. Come on. You better get it. You know what? Big Meech, my chance like that too. but the money gets in her way, and the beauty over everything, God. Oh, okay. And the princess was Aaliyah. Okay, okay. We don't need another hero is my personal favorite. Okay. Helena Hologram was a big fan of Auntie Tina. I miss my friend so much. Child, she was, honey. Her and Cher were very close as well. You know what? I thought about Cher. Because I thought about the last time one of Tina's last tours was she and Cher together. You know, and I was like, oh, Lord, have mercy. Beyonce loved Tina. These comments are so misguided. Exactly. Okay, that part means, okay. Tina says in interviews, the movie took many liberties, stating several things that were not exactly true. Of course, listen, one of the things about movies and stuff is that we got literary license. So you may say, this is why they would say that this movie is inspired by true events and this, that, and other. It's not going to tell you that, you know, they used to say back in the day, you say based on a true story. Well, now they say it's inspired by, because they may tweak something here, tweak something there, and they may not tell the story the exact way or whatever. That's why you hear folks say all the time that the book was better than the movie or something. They said about The Color Purple. You know, the book better than the movie, you know, because there's intricacies and details in that you maybe not be able to do in the film. Because it may not show well, it may not project well. You know what I'm saying? It may make the movie too long. You know, so it's a lot of liberties that they take in there. Hey, Earl, what's going on? Mook, what's up, baby? Of what I see with Barbara G. She that came in on the YouTube page. Come on now. Okay, yes, it was Oprah's role. Okay. Hey, Meech, I tried to send you a friend request. Okay, I got to make sure that's you because I looked at that page and it didn't look like anything that you would post. Yes, I have definitely been in my discovery mode lately. Okay, well, cute, and cute again. Okay. So now let's get into it. I'm about to play something here, and it's about one place, but my question is going to be universal across the country, okay? Let me get into this, and I want y'all to listen to this, and then let's talk about the bigger question out of this. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, you know what? This damn mouse wants to give me fever, but it's okay. And you understand? It is okay. Now, where is the thing? Oh, which one is it? Let's see. I didn't label them right. It ain't that one. I think it's this one. I think it's this one.
This a real
Lennox
history.
was north to us.
In '96, when the Olympics came and they moved all the Atlanta residents out, they gave us vouchers to move other places.
One at a time.
So in '96, when the Olympics came and niggas that was living in the hoods in Atlanta, they gave you vouchers to move somewhere else outside so they could build for the Olympics.
Yeah.
The reason why we don't respect the north side is because the north side the only place that didn't take them fucking vouchers. They wouldn't let us move to the north side.
Period.
That's why they don't have MARTA out there, they don't have none of that shit. They didn't want us out there. So up until Migos came, it was fuck the north side.
Exactly.
Migos put the north side on the map. They put the north side on the map. It's still fuck
The furthest thing north we knew about was Lennox Mall.
So that was stopped there.
Furthest thing north.
No,
we
none
knew
of 400.
None of that shit.
400.
That shit with the rich people.
We ain't had no cars go up that way.
That was the rich folks.
I ain't learned about 400. So
400 had a toll.
Yeah, me
booth.
too.
If you ain't know 400 had a toll, bro, you ain't from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't had no car then, bro.
Oh yeah, you had to.
That's what I'm
you had
trying to
to
say. We ain't had no
throw
car
that
either.
Yeah, I ain't know.
I ain't know nothing about
We was
this.
on Marta.
All right. That there on Instagram, they are oldatlanta.com. I came across them. I was looking at something, and I had come across them, and I was going through some of their clips and carrying on, and they really give you the history of a lot of Atlanta, particularly from a Black perspective and carrying on. This particular clip, you know, as you heard, it talks about when They were preparing for the Olympics, and they, you know, getting folks out of the area so that they can gentrify to prepare for the Olympics. They were given vouchers and things of that nature. And how the north side of Atlanta, a lot of the Mariettas and, you know, all, you know, Alpharettas and all those places up there, where they said North Lenox Mall. So we're talking everything, you know, above Buckhead here. You know what I'm saying? Would not accept the vouchers, okay, because they didn't want the people out there. And so as I'm listening to this, being from Detroit, see, I remember their story about vouchers, because in Detroit, we were starting to get vouchers for schools and carrying on around that same time period. So it was this whole big old thing about vouchers, Section 8 vouchers, and this voucher and that voucher. And the bigger question is, and I want everybody to weigh in on this if you can, looking at your city, when we talk about gentrification and we're talking about new development coming in, what was that like for you? How is it that your city has changed? Was it for the better? Or do you feel it was just gentrified and it's no longer Motown? It's no longer the ATL. You know what I mean? My son Brandon, he's a native. And he says to me, he said, no, ATL ain't the same no more. You know, it ain't the same. And is it because, you know, does the new development take away the essence of it? Is it because of development? Is it because of the people? You don't get the same people. You don't get the same feel. Some of the traditions of you know, the city is gone. You know what I mean? What is that like for you? I said this once before here on the show. My road dog, when I brought him to Detroit for the first time, and I'm trying to sit down there and take him through and show him some things, and I swear to you, when I got there, but the big apartment building right there on the corner of Merton and Woodward, right there, that big old apartment, when I saw that girl vacant and about to be torn down, I lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, wait a minute, that there is the crust. That's the landmark of Palmer Park. How did we let this get to this particular point? Oh my God, I'm still mortified by it. And then when we talk about development, when we look at downtown, how many of y'all remember SS Kresge's that was downtown that became, it was a Woolworths, SS Kresge's, and then we had the Saunders Cakes. Remember the Saunders Cakes? And we had the old Hudson building, and we had Learners and Otto's popcorn, you know. When we had all that, and when it started to change and carrying on, how do you feel about your cities? You know, when we talk about disarray, when we talk about redevelopment and carrying on, how do you feel about that? How do you feel when development comes and it pushes you out? We say we want development. Now here's the thing. The people say they want, yeah, we want this and we want this and we want this. Well, when we get it and it forces you out because you can't afford it, or the property values have gone up so much to where, yeah, you're not in that tax bracket to be there anymore. What does that mean to you? I'm gonna tell you, just before for 5.5 years, I was right down there at 680 Delaware Street. Okay, apartment number A1. I was right there between 2nd and 3rd. That big apartment building has the second one. Okay, on Delaware in the cul-de-sac, because the street didn't go all the way through. When again, taking my road dog over there, I want him to, I was going to show him my apartment. When I went on that damn street and that girl was abandoned and the bricks, they looked like they were trying to steal the bricks and the folks had broken to the windows and things. I said, oh my God, this thing is no more. It is no more. Oh my, I was mortified. Then I'm like, okay, well, what are they going to put in this place? Because that had to have been at least, God, that apartment building had to be at least 5,000 square feet. Okay, it had to be. Okay, so what are they going to put in this place? Because it's at a point now to where I don't think they could refurbish it. They would have to tear it down and then rebuild. But again, where I was, that's a historic area. So what can they do? How do y'all feel about development and things? Okay, and then let me ask this question. When it comes down to predominantly Black neighborhoods, don't you get tired of every time you turn around, you see a damn Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Dollar General in the store? I'm like, damn, didn't we just pass one 2 blocks down? Here we come down 2 blocks down, 3 blocks over, and there's another one right here. So you end up having maybe 4 or 5 of the same type stores within a 5-mile radius of each other. And they're owned by the same fucking people. Dollar Tree and Family Dollar are the same people. And you got a Family Dollar here and a Dollar Tree there. And then y'all, you know how we battle, right? Well, let me go over to the Dollar Tree because I get everything for $1 over there. Well, now everything is $1.25. And now, since everybody know, or most folks know, that Family Dollar and Dollar Tree are the same, you go into damn Dollar Tree, and they got a section to where this is the dollar plus shit. So everything over there may not be over $5, maybe $10 and under in this particular section here, because y'all done merged the stores, quote unquote. But you go over to Family Dollar, you don't see Dollar Tree shit over there. Interesting thought. Okay. So how was that for y'all? Okay. How is that for y'all? Let me see. What you say, Buck? You should see parts of Detroit now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Anthony Brock. Hey, baby. Hey. Oh, so you came up in here. What's going on? And Captain J's. Not Captain J's. Okay. So, what is that? Y'all know it's that time of the evening. My allergies start to get to my eyes want to water and itch and carrying on. So, okay. We'll move on because right now y'all silent on that one. But let's do this one. What would you do in this situation?
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do. And I want you to know that I saw your text messages and I think you're disgusting.
What text message?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to repeat it because everybody doesn't need to know, but I want you to know that I know. I saw you and I think that you're disgusting. You don't have anything to say to that, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. And speaking of, you should. And speaking of airlines weeding people out, maybe if they raise prices, maybe you wouldn't be able to afford to sit with your family. That way they don't have to sit next to Black people. Okay? Yeah. No, yeah, you don't have to be sorry to me. You're sorry because I saw it. But I want you to feel as uncomfortable as I do sitting next to you.
Okay, I am.
You should be.
All right, here's the premise of that. She's a thick girl. Apparently, she has a window seat. The white guy in the middle seat is he's texting, but he's texting out. And y'all know how we do when we see stuff, we look over. And he's texting to his friends about him being next to this big Black woman. And he's saying that, she said there's some other things, but then he says, if the airline would raise the fares so that they can weed out Blacks and gays, I won't have to be sitting next to people like this. And so she ended up seeing all that he texted, and that's what she was addressing. Okay. Would you have done the same thing? What did they call it out, sister? Okay. Me personally, I don't know. I want to say yes, but then I have to pick and choose my battles, because if I feel it's going to be a complete confrontation, and I don't want to be the one to get kicked off the plane, because I know if it becomes a confrontation and they get loud, that it's gonna be a situation. I don't know, but I will say this: I know me, because I know I would have, if seeing that, if I didn't say anything to him, I'd have been talking out loud enough for him to hear me. You know, maybe I would have gone like she did, went on Instagram or TikTok or something, and said, you know what, this, and would have done it that way, and then go from there, because and you know, but I believe most folks would not have. They'd have just looked at it, you know, and maybe roll their eyes or whatever. How would you have taken on that particular situation? I mean, hell, she even started it that, you know, I wasn't going to say nothing, but, you know, I wanted you to feel just as uncomfortable as I do sitting next to you, you know. So what say you? What say you, darlings? Okay. All right. Now, while y'all pondering that, let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. Because, okay, this one here, I want to celebrate this guy right here. Take a look at this.
Did I tell you me and mama got you? Did I tell you me and mama got you? Don't ever not think I ain't got you. Don't ever think I ain't got you, man. You been blessing me all your life. Don't ever think I ain't got you, bruh. You been a blessing to me and mama all your life. And I'm going to go all out for you. I'm going to go all out for Jamaica John, Anna Kelly. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's yours. That's yours. That's yours. You deserve every bit of that. I told you, man. All you got to do is just trust. Believe God always and know who your mom and dad is. Man, we got you. Didn't I tell you that? Look at that. Look at that. That's yours. That's yours.
Yeah, man.
That's yours.
Here's your dad. You put in about
You believe, hey, you believe that. That's yours. Hey, that's yours. That's yours. That's yours, man. When you put in that kind of work and be the kid and the young man that you are, that's how you get blessed, man. Huh? I told you that, man, bro. Man, you a blessing, man. You a blessing, man. I can sleep at night. I ain't got to worry. I can sleep, man. I can have peace. Dude, you dead.
Mm-hmm. And I'm tearing up again. Y'all know I'm a big old crybaby. Oh, I want to take time to celebrate dads, and I know Father's Day is coming up soon. We just finished with Mother's Day. But I wanted to share that with everyone, because it's not so much that he got the car for his son. And I think a lot of us will look at that as the materialistic thing of it. Well, he did good in school and this, that, and the other. He made it, he graduated and things. But are y'all listening to what his dad said to him? He said, you did the work. Did y'all catch that? He said, you did the work. This is all for you because you did the work. You have been a blessing to me all of your life, to me and mama. You have been a blessing to us. You have always made me proud. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He said, and when you do the work, these are the kinds of results that you get when you do the work. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch when he said, I can sleep at night. I don't have to worry about you. I have peace. And we got you. Y'all hear all that? Okay. Did y'all hear that? Those are the ideals and those are the sentiments that I want to make sure that we know we can celebrate, because far too often, and y'all know I'm on this big old kick about what is masculine and what ain't and this, that, and the other, because for far too long, we have allowed this dastardly driven society to tell us that we're not man enough if we, and fill in the blank. Okay, this was a father to his son, and he reveled in how proud he was because he did the work to make sure he graduated. That is worth celebrating. Those are the lessons that we have to honor, that we have to instill, that we have to duplicate, replicate, teach, distribute. That's the kind of stuff that we need to reinforce in our communities. Those are the things, not because he got the car, not just because he got the car. You understand? I was always one, I would hear people who would reward their children on their report cards. For every A you get $5. For every B, you get 4. For every C, you get 3, and so on and so forth. Okay? And I disagree with all of that, because I'm like, child, you don't pay me to go to school. This is the job. Just like mama and daddy had to get up to go to work, that the bills can be paid. I'm the child. I got chores, and my getting up, going to work was going to school. In order for me to get the allowance, I had to do my chores. In order for me to get the special stuff, when I wanted the Jordans or the whatevers, you had to make sure that your grades were intact. You're doing the very best that you can. And all parents know their children. You know the ones who are going to excel. You know the ones that's going to fuck around. You know the ones that are struggling, because school may not be their thing. And so then we sit there and make the provisions. This father here, and the joy that he just expressed to his son has just been everything for me. And every time I see that, I well up. I got tears coming down my face. And it was just that. You know what I'm saying? It was just that. It was a beautiful, beautiful tribute. It was a beautiful something. And I'm not sure if those were his siblings that were there, but imagine what they must say, think and say or whatever. If it happened for him, then I got to do the same work, if not more. You know what I'm saying? And then the stakes could be different by the time they get ready to graduate, you know? So I just want to salute that man. I don't know his name or anything like that. I just wanted for everybody to see that and to know that we as African Americans, blacks, whatever name we're going to call ourselves this week, as long as we are willing to do the work, always know that every seed you plant has a harvest time. Okay? Has a harvest time. Let me go. I don't think I would have, only if he had tried to speak to me, I would have called him out. Okay, dig that, dig that. Okay. Ma said to me, you took your daddy's, your brothers took mine. I caused less trouble. Brother was in, he was the pain in the ass. Okay. I did the work for me, but I definitely accepted all the monies. Okay. I definitely glad you chose to spotlight that family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because again, I like to go for the bigger story in it. Okay, the upliftment, the powerful encouragement, the enlightenment. You know, the bonding between a dad and the son, the rite of passage. Here's something. This was a rites of passage. You know, we've heard that a lot. You know, well, you know, when you graduate high school, I'm gonna get you a car. You know, when you graduate high school, it's been so, you know, blasé for us because we only heard that from those who were well-to-do. Some of our peers, honey, who were black, and their parents had the better paying job. They sit up there living in the suburbs and things of that nature, or on right there on the border of the suburbs. You know, they got lovely homes and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. All their kids coming to school with designer jeans and all the latest trends, and they're able to do that, right? But all of that meant nothing unless they had established the type of relationship that we see here, that we see right here. And so I've always wondered, honey, how come we don't strive for that anymore? What is it about that that's soft? Why is it that we have only acquiesced to such a mundane level of existence? Is it because it's easier? Is it because we're afraid to go out there and to take a chance because your fear is you will lose everything and what you got, you've already struggled so hard to get? Could it be that, like me, you know, started over 14 damn times or whatever it is, and you just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm good where I am. You know, I don't want to have to start all over again and carry on. Listen, I'm telling y'all that I say that out loud because y'all know I love my music, and I still got CDs. I still have cassette tapes for some things. I downloading and streaming and carrying on is cute, but it don't give me the liner notes that I want. I'm tired of reading everything online. I like to get intimate. I like to hold it. I like to look at the pictures and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And because of my CDs and carrying on women, I just forgot where I was going with all the, I had it and it just slipped right on through because I got to talk about the music versus staying on point. Shit, I was going to connect that dot, but it just escaped me. But nonetheless, you know, we're old school and things of that nature. And we have just got to learn how to leave a legacy behind, learn how to to change the narrative of what we want our legacies to be. You know, what are we leaving behind? What do we want the children to aspire to look at and to see and to grapple with? Oh, I know where I was going. I was talking about taking a risk. And all of my music that I have, I've had to replace this music 6 times. Okay, 6. And you have to understand something. When out of print, when it is out of print, okay, my Rebe Jacksons, a lot of folks don't know she has 4 albums. Y'all only know Centipede. When I found them on CD, yes. Okay. So a lot of us are afraid of taking the risk of losing everything. I'm going to show y'all a story. Back when I was infirmed 10 years ago, and I had just lost my job, unemployment they had stopped the emergency unemployment compensation. The government did, so we couldn't get anything. Lost my insurance. That was the same year that my brother passed. And one of my friends, I call my baby sister, she passed right after my brother. And then I had a couple other performance friends. They passed 2 days apart from one another. Yeah, that was a tumultuous time. And I was on the verge of losing my apartment because I couldn't pay nothing. I couldn't pay anything. But before that, I'm sitting up here, I was so stressed because I was trying to hold on to everything. I didn't want to lose nothing. I'm like, Lord, you know how I am about my music, about my videos. I got DVDs, I got VHS tapes. Okay, I'm like, you know how I am about my videos and stuff, and I don't want to lose this stuff because it's so hard to get back. And as long as I was holding on to that, all of my efforts, honey, went nowhere. Went absolutely nowhere. It wasn't until my mama told me, my mama told me, she said, listen, baby, she said, something out so that you can get moving. I said, Mama, I said, I don't feel like it. I said, I done did this. I done went and took my jobs. I done put all these applications. I'm interviewing. I thought I had it. They liked me. They really liked me. And the girl, she was LGBT like me and things. And I'm like, okay, I'm in because we was doing this damn thing. And then they end up calling the other person instead of me. And he got the job or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting up here and scared I'm going to lose everything. I said, Lord, I don't want to have to start over again. And it took me so long to get this stuff back, and I don't want to have to lose it again. I know you're going to come through for me to where I don't have to lose it like this because I don't need to be out there on them streets. I don't know this. I don't know this area and carrying on. I don't want to be hurt. And I'm running it down. I'm running it down. And then I said, okay, Lord, if it means that I got to give up everything all over again and start over, I will. And I did a deep breath just like I'm doing now because that still stings. And right then was when everything opened up for me. It was right then. Because I had released this stuff and said, girl, it's just materials. You can always get this back. And I argued with that. I said, no, I can't. Some of the stuff ain't coming back because it's out of print. And I don't want to leave it. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to. And the more I said, I don't want to, the more resistance I got. But when I finally gave it up And I had to release it here in order to get the impact here. I had to release it all. I said, okay, Lord, it was yours to begin with. So I'm going to release all this back and say, if I got to start over, we'll start over. And right after that was when they had accepted my credit and, you know, all this, that, and the third about this apartment that I've been in for the last 14 years. All of that went through. And I was able to move in. And I've been in this apartment ever since. Okay. So a lot of us are afraid to take chances. They think that the risks are too heavy because you don't want to give up something. You don't want to give it up. You don't want to face it. You don't want to embrace it. You just don't want to. Okay. You just don't want to. And that's something that we have to accept. Now, in the same time of accepting that, that means that you accept whatever consequences come your way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's go back to the comments here. And I'm going to do a couple more things and I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm saying that like that because, child, this damn air conditioner froze on me, honey. You know, I was running and I didn't have it on, you know, on any kind of extensive coolness, but it's not blowing right. I'm like, bitch, I know what this damn temperature is. And this thing is supposed to be maybe not Iceland, honey, but it's supposed to have cooled down some. And I just happened to look in the damn cabinet, child, and the damn coils are just ice. I said, oh, no, not now, honey, not now. So I've had to turn everything off, the stove and, you know, all that. I had to turn that off so that, well, not the stove. What I'm saying is because it's electrical, I had to switch here to turn off the AC so that the ice and stuff can melt off of that. And then I'm able to move forward and turn this girl back on. But I know already I'm going to need another filter because with this ice melting, the filter is all toe up. And they're going to have to come and do that. Now, I could go ahead and get a little $2-4 screen. But no, I'm going to let them come and change this filter around. It's time for them to do my summer thing anyway, right? Let's see. You know me and cassette tapes and record albums, Big Meats. Yes, God. Okay, I understand groove, honey. Maybe they resurface and they just don't fit in the crowd and go the mundane route. I have 2 friends like that. Just don't know, honey. Okay, maybe they scared. Okay. Big Meech, when it is out of print, keep looking at record stores and from record store to record store, honey. I did it for 15 years. Honey, trust me, I know the stunt. Oh, that's how I was able to recover. Because you get folks who end up selling CDs and stuff because the medium has changed, so they don't want to cloud up their anything, right? Hell, a lot of folks who got VHS tapes or still got DVDs because now we're streaming. They get rid of all the DVDs. Well, some movies and stuff you just can't find. And I wanted that movie in my collection because I still go back and watch the stuff. Now, I don't watch as much as I used to, but I still go back. I still got a VHS recorder. Not just a player, a recorder. Okay, and I can still go if I hook up an in and out cord. I can still record what I need to record if I wanted to. You know, but we are not doing that. You know, a lot of folks streaming and stuff, so they end up throwing everything. Oh, let me, you know, get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. Lies you tell. Okay, no. Okay. So yeah. Groove, you still, yes, there's still record stores. This is where you get on the internet, call on the phone and do some digging. Don't give up. You'll find that music. Trust me, honey. I understand. I don't care if it's out of print. You can find it again. I found mine. Go find yours. Okay. Matter of fact, call me. I can help you find the out of print shit. Okay. That's cute. I love that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Because like I said, I had a couple more things I wanted to give you. Oh, child, wait a minute. Okay, wait a When your children embarrass you in public, how do you deal with that? Let's look at this.
Don't you use these for your butt?
Got to what?
Don't you use these for your butt?
What do you mean?
Do you use these for your butt? At the old house, our old house, don't you?
No. Put them back.
I saw you the other day. The long time ago days. You do use it sometimes. The other days. So you still want a pack of them?
Put it back.
Why? Oh, wait. Oh, that just tickled my soul, honey, every time I think about it. Child, that clip been around for a little minute, right? But, baby, it still holds true because this little boy, honey, he tried to be so helpful. He wanted to be so helpful. Not knowing what they are, of course. He said, don't you use these for your butt? Now, mama's in there trying to be real cute. Okay. Real demure. What you say? Don't you use these for your butt? She said, no. Then he came with receipts. Okay. At the old house. He said, at the old house, I saw him. Okay. And then he still wants to get his question answered. Don't you use these for your butt? Your butt. Wait. She said, put them back. He said, but don't you still want some? He is a salesman trying to get her to get there. And I think the holler was when she said, put them back. Okay, good now. He does out there to tweak the nerve with Miss Mama, honey. But he said, at the old house. He said, and I'm talking about a long time ago, years ago. Okay. Ooh, baby. I screamed. Oh, I'm still screaming. Because that tickled me. Oh, that just tickled me. Yes, it did, Jesus. Okay. One more. This is going to be a cute discussion, so get ready.
Everybody want to be a girl. Who going to be the boys? I keep saying that. That's the whole purpose of being gay, because you like boys. Everybody can't be the girl. You attracted to men, so what the fuck if all the men disappear? What you gonna do? That don't even make no sense to me. Everybody can't be fish now.
Yes, it is. I heard that one. Everybody can't be cunty.
I mean, we still got to have some masculine men left out here. I don't know what we're gonna do.
It'll be some kind of eye candy.
Ain't gonna be no eye candy because everybody wants titties and hips and pussy juices.
All right, let's get into it, children. Let's get into it. I saved this last child because here's where this is. Because I hear Miss Kaya, and this is one of the times that I'm gonna put up here because she said something that's real cute. And the thing of it is we are now in this world and in this society where because our trans children are gaining their equity, okay, it seems as though it's a takeover, right? Because that's all you hear: trans this, that, okay. And it feels like, okay, or it appears that that's the takeover. And everybody going down this lane because now it's in the forefront. See, this has always been going on. It's just now it's in the forefront, okay. And Kaya says, okay, well, what happened to the men? Where the men? And if everybody was trying to be the girl, who gonna be the man? You know, I mean, and as she said, that's the whole point of being gay, right? If you're gay, you're attracted to men. But if everybody want to be the girl, where the men? Now that's a real conversation. And this here, to all of my alphabet children, honey, this is an internal conversation that we must have with one another. Okay, to break down the nuances and the intricacies of this, because again, y'all heard me say this many times before. We're always looking for exact interpretation of something, but then get mad when the representation isn't what we want it to be. Okay, so here we are. Why is it that we always attribute transgenderism and those who are professing that they are looking to transform themselves to live the life of the gender opposite the one they were assigned at birth? Okay, opposite the one they were born into. Okay. But oftentimes, what we have is everybody think that very feminine acting gay men, that they want to be women. Trans women, they keep wanting to think that trans women are gay because they were born male and are transitioning or have transitioned. And that automatically means that they want to be a girl and blah, 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 blah. Okay. I've had this happen to me on several occasions where, because folks think that I'm gay, that I wanted a sex change. Child, I will never forget this. I was on a job. I think I told y'all this one time before. I was on my job, and the girl come in. I was working at a bookstore, an adult bookstore. And the security officer was female, and she come in, she said, "Oh, okay." She said, "So when you going to have your surgery?" "What surgery?" She says, "You're gay, right?" I said, "Yeah." She said, well, when are you going to have your surgery?" I said, "What surgery are you talking about?" She says, "Well, being gay, don't that mean you want to be a woman?" And no, it doesn't. Okay. Now, I may speak about myself and, I may project a very, feminine energy or presence a lot of times, but I'm very comfortable with being a man. I've had to learn how to accept my maleness, my masculinity, my manhood, and I was able to define that on my own terms. You understand? But just in her asking me that question, you know, and this is the 1990. I was 20 years old. Just her asking me that question, that was the mindset back then. So I see that the mindset is still there. Here we are, a 2.0 version of it, maybe a 3.5, to where now, because the trans community is in the forefront, now it just seems as though, like Kaya said, everybody want to be a woman, honey, but who's going to be the man? And then within us, and I'm trying not to get too that way because some of this stuff is internalized shit that we got to deal with. And that there is our own a breakdown with this. Because we would sit down there and tease two butch queens, honey. We'll tease them and say, while you're in a relationship, honey, where the man at? You know, we will blast them children for that. You know, as opposed to them letting them find out who they are, you know, and becoming themselves. And I find that our community, being that it is the most diverse, supposedly, that we still are not in a position where we can challenge the status quo and say, hey, we need to change this and change this because that's not serving us. You know, and changing the laws and changing the scheme of things so that it's not seen in just this one prism. You know, you have several prisms, honey, that's going to make up what this galaxy and stuff is supposed to be, and how our cosmos and how our energy bounce off all of that. You know what I'm saying? I know there's woozy, okay, and things of that nature. But why is it you know, the bigger conversation becomes, why is it that straight folks always think that trans means gay and that feminine gay, fem gay means you want to be a woman? Not necessarily so. Not necessarily so. Because oftentimes it's all about the presentation, how the world perceives me. It's completely different than what I do with my pillow talk in my bedroom hours. You understand? And those are some of the things that we have got to learn how to separate and to change and to shatter so that we can be productive citizens once yet again. Okay, yet again. I'm you know, wait a minute. What you say? Miss Kai better be lucky they still playing her shit at Pride. Aha! Okay. But still, though, that's the bigger question. And here's the one. What constitutes real? I'm a real man. I'm a real woman. I'm a real bad bitch. I'm a real. What constitutes real? Huh? What constitutes that for you? I need somebody to explain that to me, because oftentimes we hear that, but the representation of that is not. I'm like, okay, bitch, wait a minute, and I can do better than that on my own. You understand? Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me take a little break because I need to refill. And I told y'all the air done froze up, so I can't turn my air on just yet. And I'm getting a little hot flustered. Let me get some water, and I will be right back, darling. Yeah, what do I want to play for y'all? This is royalty music. Oh, royalty. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Hold on, I did that right. Hair down. Oh. Well, I had to put it over here. I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right. I am coming back. And I got a Hershey bar. Okay. All right. Let me bring my cam back up. Okay. Did y'all miss me? Okay. And okay. We won't be using that piece of music no more. I didn't like that one. That came with the program. That's the rock music thing. And usually it's a little bit more funkier than that. But I got to find out, did that sound distorted to y'all? Did that music sound distorted? Because to me, it sounded like it was distorted and carrying on. And I'm like, okay, what? I don't know what's happening here. Okay. So now, okay, the question I posed on the table is, what is real? Because we hear that all the time. It's slung as you know, insults. I'm a real woman, honey. You can't do shit because I'm. What does that mean? Okay, what is the whole idea of real? What qualifies it? What quantifies it? You know, in order for it for us to take it seriously, to take the moniker of that and take it across the world to be like, okay, yeah, I'm real. Okay, but anything can be real if you pay for it, right? Okay. What's a real friend? Okay. So what do we need? What do we want when we say real? Let's look up something. Let's look up the definition. Y'all ready? Let's look up the definition of real. Okay. Let me say real. Wait a minute, hold on. Thing came up realtor. I just want real. Real. Here we go. It's coming. Give me a second. We'll get up in here. Oh. While I'm waiting on that sidebar, have y'all ever just taken a Hershey's, just plain chocolate, and then dip it in some peanut butter yourself? I love doing that. But I'm out of peanut butter. Okay. Okay, here we go. We got the definition for real. Actually existing as a thing or occurring in fact, not imagined or supposed. Okay? That's definition number one. Definition number two says, of a substance or thing not imitation or artificial, genuine. The earrings are presumably real gold. I think that's the definition that everybody wants. Okay? Not imitation or artificial, genuine. I think that's the definition. Okay? When we say real. Bitch, I'm real, honey. So we want to say I'm genuine. I'm not fake. I'm not a facsimile, honey. I'm the original. I'm the real thing. Okay? So if that's the case, what's a real man? What's a real woman? Okay. You genuine. Then how is it that my sexual orientation denounces any realness for me? How does that denounce anything about me? because I'm not a real man. Hmm. Oh, this chocolate got good. Wait a minute. This real chocolate. So what about that, y'all? Constitute that. Y'all want to make that a homework assignment? Because we can. I'll even table it. We'll table that and come back. Because I really want Red up in here. You know what? Red is in Chicago right now. His son is graduating. And he would go do parental duties so that he could be there with his son. So that's the company he's not here. Y'all know Miss Nikki's still in Philly. She's waiting her time till she's trying to get back down here to Atlanta. And then she's at work because otherwise she'd have came in. So she's trying to get it together, baby, to come on back. Okay, come on back. So, okay. Let's table that. I'm going to leave Miss Kaya's clip up here. Oh. And see, this is milk chocolate. I need dark. And this milk chocolate let me have it. But this was dark. Child. Say no more. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's good. Excuse me. But we're going to table that. I want Red to come up in here, and we're going to have a whole perspective. In fact, Buck, I'll have you come up in here too if you're able. And we're going to do that, okay? And this needs to be a full-fledged discussion. So on that note, let me let you guys go. It's Saturday. Okay. Almost 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, honey. Happy birthday again to my niece and my nephew, Diamond and Keenan. They are 28 years old today, honey. Wow. 2 more years, them boys going to be 30. Miss Diamond, honey. Oh, and Keenan. 30 years old, child, Lord. But anywho, that's what this is. Listen, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea loves with Big Meats. And if you love me, tell all your friends to come on up in here, like, subscribe, and to share. Y'all go and wait a minute, my banner's wrong one. Y'all go and go like my page, and I'm trying to get these numbers up so I can get into my algorithms and things, because I got to start keeping stuff together and learning this and learning that. So I want you guys to come on through if your heart is inclined. And I'm not gonna try to bully y'all and say y'all need to. No, you're inclined. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is this it? That's it. Okay. Follow me on all of my Facebook pages and social media pages. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, whatever you're on. If just look me up, Demetrius Taylor for mayor. Look that up and go like that page, because I'm trying to get these numbers, rocking. Right? Oh, like I said, if you love me, honey, tell all your friends, honey, to like, subscribe, and to share. But if you hate me, or I said something I've done, and et cetera, that you can tell all of your motherfucking enemies to come over here and to like, subscribe, and to share. Okay? So on that note, my darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets, babies, because the tea has been dished, and you been dishing tea, darlings. I love doing that with Big Meats, honey. So on that note, in the absence of my coworkers, my cohorts, workers, okay. The big guy ally, honey, Big Red, and also, honey, Miss Aunt Nikki. Okay, please. Do your thing, y'all. But come on back up in here. I get lonely without my partners. So having said all that, honey, good night. I'm not gonna sing out, honey, because I cracked on the first notes. I'm not gonna sing out. But y'all, good night. We'll see you guys real soon. Have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Now listen to me, children. This one is ours. And what I mean by that is a lot of folks do not realize that Memorial Day was first started by a group of Black folk who went to go look at graves of fallen soldiers and was wondering how come they were not celebrated like the other soldiers. So this is how this tradition gets started. So Memorial Day weekend is ours. Okay. If we start learning that and can make that grow, we can do some things. But yeah. So having said all that, my darlings, good night, good morrow. We will see you guys again soon. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and your loved ones. You never know what may happen and things of that nature. So on that note, my darlings, good night. Good luck. Bless you. God bless you. God keep you. Whatever works for you, honey. We just want to say thank you for sharing those gifts. And until the next time. I lied, didn't I? I lied. Okay. Good night. Okay, it just hit me. It just came over me and just hit me right at that moment. Right in that moment, honey. So they say when the Lord moves, honey, let the Lord use you, right? Good night.